Yes, so thank you so much for joining us on this Q&A. It's the first time we've done this, so bear with us. We're not, well, I'm definitely not the best technical person. You're quite good,
You
actually.
are.
But it's so great to have so many of you here, and it's a really exciting time for us at the moment.
Yes. And should we introduce you?
Yes.
So we're both the co-founders of Renew. Hi, I'm Lucy.
Yeah, and I'm Olivia. And yeah, we've just relaunched the brand. And we've just launched our new maternity range, which has been over a year in the making.
Yeah.
So lots to talk about. Really happy to kind of do this Q&A session. You guys have all been part of our journey from the beginning, so we wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity first to kind of ask Lucy any questions about the relaunch, about the brand, about the products, about sustainability particularly. So yeah, please do. It's very informal. Please do kind of chuck your questions in the chat box. We'll hopefully try and kind of capture them. A lot of people sent questions in before, which is amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. We're going to kind of start with a couple of those, and then I'll try and make sure I can kind of grab the questions from the chat room as well. So yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
First question was quite a good one, I thought. How has the last year been, and how are you feeling about the relaunch?
Well, the last year has been hectic, to say the least. I mean, personally, I had a baby, moved house, just been doing anything and everything that I can think of, really. And I think for us, it was such an exciting year because we kind of got to a place where we weren't really sure what the future held for the brand. And I think through motherhood and through our journey, we kind of had this new idea for the brand, which we did pitch to investors, and we did secure investment last year. And then began the development for the maternity collection and the new collection, and just the whole rebrand of the brand in general. And we've been working on that, literally for a year, and it's finally come to fruition. And it's been very stressful, very, very exciting. And
it's kind of comical. We thought we were going to launch just after you'd have Willoughby.
I know. We thought that we were. We actually, there was a point when we thought we'd be able to get photos of me pregnant. Do you remember, in the underwear? That was very wishful thinking.
That was so optimistic.
He's now 7 months old, so that gives you some perspective of how unrealistic we were. But so now it's finally coming out. So
yeah. How did you feel when it launched yesterday?
I felt so proud. I was so excited. Like, the website looks incredible. We're both perfectionists, but I feel like we literally, that photo shoot that we did, the models are incredible, and it's exactly
new world doing photo shoots with babies.
Yeah, but like amazing as well. How cute. But I feel like I had an idea of what it was going to look like, and I just think it actually looks so much better. So super proud, and it was on Beyond Chelsea last night as well, briefly. And just really excited.
Yeah. What inspired you to create Renew initially?
So Renew initially, the idea came up because we were talking about, I'm very passionate about sustainability and fashion, to be honest. The two don't always work very well together, but we talked about how there wasn't really much in terms of underwear that was sustainable at the time. And how many years ago was this? 4 years ago. And harsh chemicals being used in underwear when it's such an intimate product, which we thought was crazy. And we just thought there's a gap in the market for something here that not only combines sustainability but also comfort and aesthetic. And I think that comfort,
that was a big thing, wasn't it? The aesthetic of it.
Yeah, there was nothing really that cool that was sustainable.
No.
So insert Renew, and
it's been a roller coaster since then. But a good one. Really like this question. What differentiates the relaunch to the old Renew?
So the relaunch is we've actually rebranded. For those of you that have been around since the beginning, yes, you will probably notice that we have rebranded, and it's just like a fresher look. It's a more chic, clean feel. The branding is a bit bolder. and a lot of our underwear is branded, so we felt that was important to have like a bolder branding logo. We've changed the packaging. It's just all, I just think it's just taken it up a notch in terms of like that.
Felt like we'd outgrown it,
feel.
didn't it? The old
It did.
branding for some reason.
And we'd had that gap of like not really doing much, that we felt like we couldn't just come back with a new collection, that we wanted to have that new
look and
like,
feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We love it, don't we?
We do.
Completely obsessed.
It's perfect in my eyes.
Okay, what has been the biggest challenge you've faced in setting up Renew?
Ooh,
Many.
there's been many challenges. I'd say you having to deal with finding the factory was probably the hardest. This was Olivia's.
Well, we did a lot of it together. I stressed you a lot.
You took over on that one, and honestly, like, yeah, finding a factory, because we're super picky. We wanted something that was going to be aligned with us in terms of like ethics and standards and quality. And it was really hard to find someone, and also reliability as well. You know, we need someone that's going to be super reliable. So
I think we spoke to like 25 factories.
Yeah.
And got so many samples. So many. Do you remember the samples that we got, and we literally laughed when we opened the packet? They were, and we were so disappointed because we really thought we found a good factory.
Yeah,
it was.
And also finding someone that's going to produce something that's affordable for customers as well. That was really hard. But I think you're right. Some of the samples that we received were just like unacceptable, and some of the more sustainable fabrics and the more ethical factories, the quality just wasn't there.
No. And that was such a big thing for us. Like, if we're going to, like, a big part of sustainability is for it to last.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a product and it's going to fall apart.
Yeah. It's almost like there was no point in even doing it if we were going to go that route. And we've managed to find a factory that just ticks all the boxes. And well, you found the factory. So I'd say that was probably the biggest hurdle. And any other business owners in the chat here will probably understand.
Yeah,
how hard that is.
One. Well, this is a good question, and one we could talk about for a bit. How do you find juggling motherhood and running a business?
Yes.
We'll spend the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, I can talk about this for days. It's super tricky. I have a 7-month-old baby. I'm still breastfeeding full time. I don't have external childcare outside of my husband and I and our family, but our family really actually don't help that much, and that's no shade to them. It's just doesn't work distance wise. So it is really just James and I. That's fully a decision that we've made. We wanted at least one of us to be present with Willoughby for at least the first year, and that may even continue further. But yeah, it makes it super hard. And you know, I have a couple of businesses, and Olivia has been super patient with me, and everyone that I work with is super patient with me. My agent, the filming crew and cast. I have to work a lot of my schedule around Willoughby and feeding him, and yeah, James.
It's so nice to be able to do that. I think
so nice, but it makes it harder. But it's just something that we're willing to, like, we know it's more stressful, but I think that's just what we want to do. It's totally personal choice. But yeah, we're lucky that we have people around us that are super understanding.
Yeah, and also a big part, like, we're creating a brand about mums and working mums, like. You almost are like shining the light on that and how to kind of do the juggle, and the juggle is real. Like, it's so tough,
real.
Isn't it? But
it's super real, especially when they're this young. And it's you know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's very stressful. You know, he's not very well at the moment, and there's just so many different things. But I think, yeah, it's the part of like being a mum and having a career. It's just that those sacrifices you make in the juggle. It's really tough.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
So. Yeah, like I said last night, second baby, Renew.
Oh yeah, Renew is my second child.
It literally is, isn't it?
Yeah, I should probably say my 5th child.
Yeah, after the dogs and cats.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Do keep putting the questions in the chat box. We've got some goodies coming in as well. One that says, "I love your old fabric. Please tell me it's going to be as soft."
It's 10 times softer, actually.
Isn't it?
Maybe even more. It's just so much better. It's so much better. Like, we have really nailed it with the fabrics. And you know what? I've been washing these products as well over and over again, and they're still super soft. And that's one thing that I think we didn't really test as much with the last collection, if we're being completely honest. Like, the washing side of things and like making sure that quality really stays is really important, and it really does. And I don't even know if this fabric existed when we were initially doing the first collection.
So. Definitely not the composition to give us the right balance for like give and stretch, but also that kind of softness. I mean, the fibers are incredible.
So soft.
It's tensile lyocell, so it's regenerative kind of wood pulp. So it is like unbelievably soft, and a big part of it was that we would have this kind of regenerative property to it, so that then it is really kind of, we're trying to be as sustainable as possible, but whilst having the softness.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's really good.
Okay, how important was it to find the right factory in fabric? Speaking of fabrics,
I think I've touched on this, but you know, the factory, we have really high standards in terms of who we want to work with when it comes to ethics and quality as well. So you know, a lot of no-nos, fair wages, no child labour. Everything is audited.
So it's SMETA audited.
Yeah, SMETA audited. And you know, that was just like, there was so many things that we weren't going to compromise on, and that was one of them. And then the fabric being sustainable was like probably the number one.
Because there's lots that we found that had like too high a balance of kind of synthetic materials.
Yes.
And we particularly for maternity didn't want synthetic, did we?
And we did use recycled polyester in the last range, which is super like, how do we say this, progressive, but we thought we could do better this time around.
We wanted it to be as natural as possible.
Yeah, and we've made sure that we've found a fabric that's super sustainable, super soft. It just it ticks every box.
92% tensile lyocell and 8% elastane, so it's got that give, but the tensile itself is really like giving. So it kind of stretches with your body, which is for maternity particularly like a really important part of it. So it kind of takes you through those stages.
And this is something that I felt again was lacking with other brands and other maternity wear. I felt like it just didn't have that give, and it was just too like tight and.
So boobs literally change in a day. Like in the morning can be so different to like
if you're breastfeeding,
an hour later
you can change cup sizes like throughout the day.
Yeah, and we wanted to really accommodate that.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have. Okay, next question from you guys. What is your favourite piece of the collection? I know the answer to this one.
What is your favourite piece? Oh, do you?
Yeah. You love the thong.
Yeah.
You talk about it all the time.
It's so hard to have favourites. Like, it just feels wrong, but the thong, I'm a thong girl. Feels weird to talk about this in a way. I'm a thong girl. Always have been. And I think with a lot of thongs I own, because I also do own underwear that isn't Renew.
No, you don't.
I do. And like, I say to Olivia, I always fish through my underwear drawer to find the Renew thongs, because I only actually have a couple of them at the moment. No. So until like we have the stock, I'm just gonna fill up. But like I only have a few, so I have to really be picky. But
worked really hard on this product.
So hard, because the thong that we had in the previous collection we weren't happy with. We felt like it was like cutting into the skin a little bit, like it didn't have that give.
The sizing was off.
Sizing was off, and the materials were not as soft. They just weren't as soft. They didn't wash well. So with these, I mean, there is no better thong out there. I really I know that's a big statement, but like there is no better thong. Like the fabric just is so soft and stretchy, but also like doesn't stretch to a point where it just like falls and it stretches and then it doesn't stretch back. It stretches in and out, you know. I love the rib texture of it, and I just think in terms of like the coverage, it's perfect as well.
So you wear it high-waisted, low-waisted.
Like I've taken so many photos in hotel mirrors of like the underwear, because it just looks so cool. It looks so cool. The sets look so good together.
Yes, because we've added that tab, haven't we? So it matches.
Yeah, the thongs, the previous thongs that we had didn't have the branding on, and I just love the matching branding. I just think it looks really sleek. So yeah, the thong is my favorite, but I do love everything. And I, maybe one day with the bump shorts, I haven't had a chance to use those whilst being pregnant, but like I can't wait.
They're so soft.
be able to use them.
And we've had lots of people who have helped us like do fit sessions who every time they put them on, they're like, I love these shorts. Yeah. They're amazing. And definitely not out there on
And if you haven't seen them, they're basically over the bump. So they come up here and they like hug your bump, your baby bump super well. And they're like shorts that have enough length to them that they don't feel too skimpy as well. Because that was another thing that I found. Some shorts are just too like, you don't want like half your butt hanging out. Like they just kind of come down enough. And yeah, they look really, really comfy. Obviously I've tried them on, but you can't really.
No. Yeah, they are amazing actually.
Yeah.
A specific question was, I've had a C-section. What product would you say is best?
Oh, for the scar?
For the scars, yeah.
So I've got a massive scar, and you know I'm super proud of it. But I used what was it called? It's like belly oil, Hatchamama belly oil. It comes in like a really beautiful glass bottle, and I, for the first probably 3 months after having a baby, obviously after my wound had healed, because obviously it's a wound for a while, after it healed, I was using that and bio oil as well on the scar. I mean, look, the scar, it's like you can use everything you want. It's not going to go away, like it's going to be there. But I think just keeping it super neat and tidy, and the tissue is really hard around the scar if you've had a C-section. It kind of you get this like really thick tissue around the scar, and that can create like a ledge for your tummy, which sometimes gives you that like bulge. And I like avidly massaged it with a gua sha every day, morning and night, and actually the tissue broke down, and now it's like there's no hard tissue around my scar at all, because I was really, really on it. But that was like just a part of my daily routine, just massaging it with a gua sha.
Would you have rather had, if they existed back then, the overbump shorts to wear, or would you have wanted a thong underneath it? What when you have that scar?
What with the scar?
Yeah, do you want something over it to feel it's kind of comforting, or like a thong?
I wore overbump shorts after I gave birth. Yeah. Okay. Because you still have a bump, obviously, for a while. And yeah, I wore those for a while, but then I think, well, obviously when the bump starts to go down, I probably would have moved to the thong. Yeah. But I think you want to have that like hugging comfort for your like tummy, because you've got this tummy left over.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more that were pre-sent in. What else is in the plans? Are you developing other maternity styles?
Well, I don't want to give too much away because it's still early days, but we do have a lot of plans, and a lot of what we actually produce will be based off, you know, reactions and feedback from this initial collection. But we actually have lots that is being sampled.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just be led by you guys, and also by our own preferences.
You've got such a good gut feel, haven't you? Kind of like what you think is missing, and
I'm quite decisive. I'm very much like no, yes, no, like
just decisive.
Yeah, I'm very decisive, and I think we will just kind of be led by you, but also we are ultimately creating a collection that we love as well.
Yeah.
Because you know we are mums and women, and
you had a lot of messages. I remember when you were pregnant, asking to do maternity for Renew, and that was kind of, we were like, there's such a like demand for it, and a lot. So it's so important for us to kind of be led, you know, have the community to have an input as well. I think.
Yeah, definitely, and I felt everyone's pain when they were like, you know, there just isn't anything cool out there for maternity, because I was that person that was like on the hunt as well, and just like trying to find maternity wear that made me feel good about myself. You know, you just don't want to be ordering some crappy stuff that's frumpy that just makes you feel less like yourself than you already feel after having a baby. You know, you have that identity kind of crisis, and that kind of adds to it, I think, when you can't shop for things in the style that you like.
Okay, a couple more questions that have come in. Is there going to be a white and black non-maternity available?
Ooh, I don't know whether I.
Yeah, we can say white is coming.
Oh, okay.
So I just sorry, she's gone.
She's in there.
She's in there.
White is coming. Not until just before Christmas.
December.
So we will get in there just before Christmas. So bear with. Black, if you want black, that can be arranged.
Funny enough, something we mentioned literally yesterday.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
So there's the black thong, which is for both non-maternity and maternity.
But that's the only thing that you could wear that's non-maternity that's black. But we could definitely do a continuity bra in black. If that's what you guys want. Yeah.
Good question. What have you learned about your customers since launching, and how have you adapted to their needs? Gosh, very good question.
I've learned that we don't have one specific customer. I think we talked about this when we were doing our branding, and it was like, who is the like Renew girl? Who is the Renew customer? And like, there is no one specific person.
We didn't want to be too exclusive.
We can't put someone. We don't want to be exclusive.
We want to be really inclusive.
We're super inclusive, and we can't just put like one person in a box. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I think it's every woman, different shapes and sizes, ethnicities, backgrounds, and I love that about our brand. I really, really do. And not necessarily obsessed with sustainability, like, you know, just
like it, but not. I think comfort really came out. We did a lot of like Q&As and like customer service and stuff. It actually was like how it made you feel. And I think initially we kind of, because we're both so obsessed with sustainability, we kind of felt like that was the number one thing that people wanted. But actually it's about like making you feel good and like the comfort of the product. And so I think we've kind of learned a lot about that, haven't we?
Yeah, feeling comfortable in your own skin, which I know is something that women super like struggle with. So yeah, I think we can't really pinpoint who our customer is, but I'm so pleased that we have such a diverse.
Yeah. Are you planning on releasing any other colours?
Have you seen the colours? So the colours that we've done for this drop, I love. We've done brown, which
that was a you correct.
Brown is my favourite colour, and I just love it on. Like, it's just, oh my god, it's so cool. Like, it is my favourite for sure.
Yeah.
And then we've done the pink, which is just like the perfect pink. Like, it's the kind of pink that just suits any skin tone, which I think is quite hard to find. Because we didn't want it to be too like Barbie pink.
No.
We didn't want it to be too
and
red.
Kind of
like,
timeless as well.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't get sick of it.
Yeah, and it's the perfect pink. But definitely, we've actually been talking yesterday about the colours that we want to do. We've got 3 colours that we love that we're getting lab dips for, to hopefully follow up this drop.
Yeah, I think we always try and like balance between being trend led and then actual like kind of colours that everyone will love and that will be timeless and kind of
It's like we're not actually really trend led at all.
We're not, no.
We're kind of just thinking about
pink's had a moment, but we just loved it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yes, very exciting. But also tell us what colours you want. I think that's our big thing. So when we did a drop a few years ago, we kind of got that from, I think you did a poll on your Instagram, and we got that khaki from everyone saying like that's what they wanted. So we definitely, colours I think is a really good one for us to like ask our community and kind of see what you guys want. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. A question that we had before, which I love, where do you see Renew going? What are the aspirations and ambitions for the brand?
So I think I said this again on the show last night, but really the sky is the limit for us. Like, I really just want this to be available everywhere and to everyone. And, you know, right now we're going to be online, but we are going to be having talks with lots of different wholesalers. And I think ultimately we'd love to go abroad and be worldwide.
Yeah,
right.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Take over, conquer, renew. Another question I think is quite a good one to talk about is the kind of the size range for the new collection and how we worked on that.
So I have had a few questions about this as well, actually. So what sizes do we go up to? And it's triple. Well, it's hard with bras because we're not
small, medium, large.
I don't even know how it's not the numbered
So
sizing.
we can accommodate 30A up to 40F or 38G. So that's a UK 6 to a UK 20 for now. We did a huge amount of work on the kind of larger sizes because obviously it's non-wired.
Yeah. So people are worried about the support, which I've seen a few comments about this, but we've made sure we've done the testing, we've done the sampling, and we've we've had real life people doing fit sessions, and we've made sure that this is going to be supportive for all different sizes. And even for me, I mean, my boobs, like, I went up like so many cup sizes, and again, I didn't want to wear underwire. Like, I just don't like wearing it. I find it really uncomfortable, and I actually just don't think it's very good for you. So I wanted something that was going to be super supportive, and I feel like now I can be in like the larger breasted category, and I can give my opinion on this kind of thing. Obviously, there's all different sizes, but we really did think about everyone for this.
And we've changed a lot. So like from a certain size up, we've actually then added in extra support, or like changed the strap size. Like we've got an amazing designer who is so like, and totally leads us on this with how to make sure that we're like offering the best support that we possibly can for the bigger sizes particularly, so that you feel like you're getting the same support from a wired bra, but it's non-wired.
And we've got this like mesh.
Power mesh
Inside the bra, which helps with that.
And gives like a really nice, because we tried those foam cups that we tried, because we really wanted to go down this route where you could have a foam cup insert, and oh my god, that was a disaster.
They were just really ugly. Awful. And we just couldn't make it work. But watch this space.
So that was like an insert one, and then the power mesh kind of gives it that like hold shape, and that shape, doesn't it? Whereas
it's not like visibly unaesthetic.
I don't know if there's any other questions.
Yes.
I think we probably will wrap up in a couple of minutes.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for kind of bearing with us, because we have been quiet, and personally we've had a lot going on, but I think with the brand it was just, there was a lot of like, what's going to happen, what's next for us, and we have been working quietly in the background for the last year, and we didn't really want to talk about it until we knew that we had something perfect. So thank you for bearing with us, and we love our community, and your support means everything to us. And
you're going to get an exclusive early access link, which means you'll get a password to the website. So we'll open the website at open the pre-order. The website is open, open the pre-order at 5 o'clock. So you have an hour extra to shop. So you can, hopefully choose what you want. Choose what you want before everyone else comes in. Before we kind of announce it. I'm going to give it, it's like a password? Password protected, so that then you can shop. So you can go onto the website before it's live, basically. Thank you so much. It does, it is amazing to have the community stay with us over this the last time. 4 years. Bear with us, and we're really excited about what's to come. There's a lot to come. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. See you on social. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye. Bye.